How do we solve an equation like this one, where x is trapped inside of an exponent? So here's the first example that we'll be doing in this video, and for this one we need to solve for x. So we have x here, but it's inside of an exponent. So remember that the goal of solving for x is to get x by itself on one side of the equation. And we do things to both sides of the equation to get it by itself. But there's not really anything we can do here. We can't do things to both sides of the equation that are inside the exponent, or else we're going to mess things up. Now, this problem is a little bit easier than the one that we're going to do next, and that's because these two numbers are the same. And that makes it a lot easier. So to understand what we're doing, we can use a little bit of logic here. So I want you to imagine that we have 5 to the some exponent equals 5 to the some exponent. The only way that these two numbers can be equal, if these are both 5, is that the exponents also have to be equal, because 5 to the 2 is not the same as 5 to the 3. Those will never be equal. The only way that these two numbers can be the same is if the exponents are also the same. So for example, 5 to the 4 is the same thing as 5 to the 4. So if we think about this the same way, if these are both 3, then for these two numbers to be the same, the exponents also need to be equal to each other. They need to be the same. So what we can do is we can just ignore these big 3's, which are called the bases, by the way. And we can just set the exponents equal to each other because we know that the exponents need to be the same number. So we can rewrite this as just 3x plus 1, which is this exponent, is equal to 7, which is the other exponent, because we know they have to be the same. And now all we have left is a one-step problem without any exponent. So to get x by itself, we can get rid of this 3 or the plus 1. I'm going to get rid of the plus 1 first because it's less attached to x. So to do the opposite of plus 1, we need to do minus 1 to both sides. These cancel out, and on the left side we just have 3x. And on the right side we have 7 minus 1, which is 6. And now we have a one-step equation. So there's no sign here between the number and the letter, which means that it's multiplication. So we need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division, and divide both sides by 3. So these cancel out, and on the left side we just have x, and on the right side we have 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So our final answer is x is equal to 2. So that wasn't that bad because we had our special rule where if the bases are the same, the exponents also need to be the same. But not every problem is going to give you bases that are exactly the same. So what do we do if the bases are different? So here's another example, and for this one, the bases are different. Here we have an 8, and here we have a 2. So we can't use that special rule where we just ignore the bases and set the exponents equal to each other. But how else are we going to get rid of these exponents? Well, we're going to get rid of them the same way. But because the bases are different, we need to make the bases the same. So what we need to do is we need to turn one of these bases into another exponent. So like, for example, 9 can turn into 3 to the 2 because 3 times 3 is 9. So what we can do is we can take 8 and turn it into a base of 2. But we need to figure out what exponent needs to go here. Well, to get to 8, you have to multiply 2 3 times because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So because we have to multiply 2 3 times, this means that we need to put an exponent of 3 on 2 to get 8. So 8 is the same thing as 2 to the 3. So we're just going to replace 8 with that, and we're going to leave everything else the same. Now both sides have the same exact base. They both have a base of 2. But we have something a little wonky going on the left here, right? We have an exponent inside an exponent. Well, we have a special rule in math that says that if you have something to the power of something to the power of something, if you have a power inside a power, then you can multiply the exponents together. So we're doing 3 times x minus 2. So we're going to write that out here so that it looks a little bit more familiar. And you'll notice that this looks a lot like the distributive property, where we have to take the number on the outside and multiply it to both parts inside the parentheses. So 3 times x, well, that's just 3x. And then 3 times 2 is 6. And then the minus sign stays. So when we multiply these two together, when we multiply 3 and x minus 2, we get 3x minus 6. And now on the right side, this is just going to stay the same. And you'll see that we now have a problem where the bases are the same. So we can do it exactly the same as last time, and we can ignore the bases and just set the exponents equal to each other. So 3x minus 6 is going to be equal to negative 3. And now we can just solve for x like normal. So I'm going to get rid of the minus 6 first because it's less attached to x. So we need to do the opposite of minus, which is plus, to get rid of it. So these cancel out. And on the left side, we just have 3x. And on the right side, we have negative 3 plus 6. That's the same thing as 6 minus 3, which is 3. And now I'm running out of room here, but this is multiplication, just like last time. So we need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division, and divide both sides by 3. So these cancel out. And on the left side, I'll write it over here, we just have x. And on the right side, we have 3 divided by 3, which is 1. So our final answer is x is equal to 1. Now, for some problems, you can't just do an exponent on one side and get the basis to be the same. Sometimes you have to do it to both sides, but it'll work exactly the same way. So now you know how to solve equations with exponents, which is really important. But another thing that's important is knowing how to graph these equations. So if you want to learn how to do that, you can watch this video right here. And as always, if you have any questions about this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer your question. Thanks for watching.